What's up, everybody? This is Nobleman Nick here, and I almost always do battle videos with me and my friends, so I thought I would do something different, and I'm gonna do a few top 5 videos today, and starting with the top 5, we're gonna do my top 5 bonding and their heroes that they go with. So, with that being said, we will start with my 5th of the top 5. And we got Kato Katsuro here. Um, because Kato can bond with any samurai he wants. So, as you can see, we got Keiminawa here that he could bond with, Izumi, Tagawa Archer that they got the option, Kazuki Samurai. Most of them are uniques, but Tagawa are common, so you don't have to worry about them dying and not getting the most for your buck. And then the most important squads that I would say go with him are the Ashigaru Spearmen and Harkivist, because with the Spearmen and Harkivist, if you decide to take their turn instead of Kato's, you get to move and attack with 4 Spearmen and 4 Harkevists. They only have 1 defense, but when you're moving 8 figures and 4 of them can either attack with 2 or tie people down or combine attack with 6, and then you move 4 with rifles, they can also wait and fire and get 3 attack or 4 on height. That becomes very dangerous. Not my top for what I like to use, but definitely I would say in the top 5. With that, our number 2 is going to be the Heavy Gruts. Everyone likes the Heavy Gruts a little more than the Blade Gruts. So Heavy Gruts. And of course, you have to put them with Grimnack. And another good option to go with Grimnack when you have the points is Nirak. Tornak's good, but most people don't use him as much. So obviously when you get to move and attack with the Heavy Gruts, and you get 4 attack and 4 defense near Grimnack or Tornak, that's huge. And then they can also disengage, which comes into play very well. And Grimnack, of course, himself has Chomp, so you can take out minions or try to take out a big hero in one hit. And then Nirak just buffs all their defense from range, including Grimnack, so that actually ends up giving them 4 or 5 defense as a squad instead of 3. So that is my number 4. The number 3 is the Green Scales. They can bond with any dragon. And within 2 spaces, they get an extra attack and defense, which gives them 3 and 4. And the dragons are some of the most deadly things in the game, and Nilfheim is my favorite. I think the most dangerous. You can attack 3 times with 4 attack at a range. That's hard to beat. That's scary for anybody. And he survives good, especially when the green scales are guarding him from the front. I've done some big things with that group before. And not that they're the most very effective all the time, but my number 2, just because I really like their ability, is these guys, the McDurk Warriors, with, of course, Alistair McDurk. Most of you know why, but basically, when these northerners bond with Alistair or whoever, he has 6 life, so he's the best one to do it with, especially since he can go twice. But Alistair gets 5 attack, which average attack is about 3. And he can also attack twice a turn, once per round. He gives himself 1 wound. And every time he wounds himself or anybody wounds him, these northerners here go from 2 attack to plus any amount that their hero is wounded. So if Alistair with 6 life is wounded 5 life, and then you keep him safe in a safe place, they can get up to 7 attack. 4 guys at a time can get 7 attack. That can get really intense. So they might start a little slow, but then they really pick it up in the end of the game usually. If you can protect Alistair. My number 1, we're going with Spartacus for the bonding, because the gladiators can bond with him or any gladiator, but Spartacus here gives +1 to move, attack, and defense for all his gladiators as long as all the turns are on them. And the gladiators already have really high stats. At least the heroes do. The regular guys got normal stats, but they can help your initiative. And then with Spartacus, they get 6 move, 4 attack, and 4 defense each. So that's just high stats. And when you have road, that's really dangerous for any team. And in fact, a lot of tournaments lately, people have been winning with gladiators. But I've always liked them for the historicalness of them, the huge stats and huge increases from Spartacus. And then they could also bond with Crixus, who only needs 1 shield to block, and if he has 4 defense, that's pretty easy to get 1 shield. And Rotarius, which in Delta points is very cheap, and he can use his net on small and medium figures to really put damage on some heroes. But the top one is going to be Spartacus and Crixus with the gladiators. Alright, those are my top 5. There are plenty of other ones that are good, but that's just what I came up with. That's what I like using. Not that I would always win with those choices, but for the most part, they're pretty powerful, and that's my top 5. So I'll see you guys for the next top 5 video.